Welcome to my channel, this is Robin. Today's tutorial is about contouring, and I have previously taken a contouring video in Korean, but I think it would be better if I create another video that is totally in English. So this video I'm gonna continue speaking English and so you can better understand what am I trying to say. So first thing first, what is contouring? Contouring is really shaping and shading your face, create a structure or create a shape. So example, if any one of you went to an art class, a teacher will ask you to draw an apple or on a sphere or some kind of an object with a pencil. So you're gonna use a side of the pencil to do shading, and then tip of the pencil for extra shading and dimension. And you can also use an eraser to get the highlighting. So basically contouring is shaping and shading, so you can create more structure on the face. So usually the structure is on the cheekbones here, eye hole here, the temple here, the nose, or the jawline. Or if you're doing a movie or cinema makeup, then probably you want to do a contouring around here, so to create more older looking granny or grandpa, or create a shading around the eye area to create the the crow's feet. So shading can be either shaping the face, creating dimension, or creating a fake dimension of wrinkles. First things first, let's keep it simple. Let's talk about the side of the face, the cheekbones. And the cheekbone is here. I can totally feel it underneath my skin. There's bone underneath. And underneath the bone here is something soft, and that is muscle. Something above my cheekbone is something soft, that is my muscle as well. So contouring is to either emphasize your bone structure or minimize your bone structure. So by maximizing your bone structure, you can create more chiseled face, more defined face, versus slimming down the face, minimize the cheekbone, or creating more smaller looking face, which is very Asian. So I'm gonna demonstrate how to define your cheekbone and also how to minimize your cheekbone. And these steps are very, very, very easy. Well, there are many different products. You could use cream, or traditionally powder, or liquid. I have a stick here. This is from Fenty Beauty, and this is shade in Mocha. And I have many NARS. I have many powders here. This is a bronzing powder, and this is a contour blush, and this is another contour powder from Innisfree. So these two are obviously from NARS, and this is from Innisfree. And as you can see, the colors are very, very, very different. And this is the most yellowish and grayish contouring powder, and this is the most reddish, and this is somewhere in the middle. While this is more linked to yellow, and while this is linked to more red, this is something in the middle of these two different shades. So what is the best color for contour is actually this color. This kind of color is the best shade for contour and shading, because when there's a shade on the face, the color of the shade is usually black or gray, something not red. So in order to create contrast or the shade of the face, this is not the right shade you want to reach for, but this is the color that you want to reach for, because this kind of shade, or it could be even more grayer, but I don't have or it could be this, or it could be this one, something more gray and ashy colored contour powder. So they can really create something that really looks natural, so it really looks like a shade on the face. So we can effectively create a shade and contrast on the face, so it looks like a natural shading on your face instead of looking like a one red patch on the face. So use this kind of more gray or ashy colored powder would be more appropriate when creating shadow on the face. So let's get started. I'm gonna show you how to create. So let's get it started. I'm gonna use a stick from Fenty Beauty. So this is the Fenty Beauty the Match Sticks shade in Mocha, and this is one of the very cool toned contour shade that really effectively create shadow or dimension on my skin. So you need to consider your undertone as well. If your skin is more red or rosy, then you probably want to use something that is more red contour or more warm brown, warm gray colors. And I have very yellow skin tone, so I'm using this yellow toned, very cool toned or cool gray colors, so it can really create the natural shadow on my face. And for tools, I'll be usually using more dense brush for more pigmentation or something pointed ones. So this is a MAC Masterclass brush, Oval 6, and this is Diafude from Shiseido, and this is Unit 210 pointed brush. This is from Beautylish. You can buy it from Beautylish. This kind of brush is perfect for just contouring on the underneath the cheekbone, which is just precisely. The size is really tiny and you can really easily fit underneath the cheekbone to do shaping and contouring. And this kind of brush is more perfect for powder formula. I'll be using this kind of brush to to shape my face and to create a shadow or on above my hollow of the face. So this is more a perfect brush for powder products, and this is both for powder, cream, liquid, whatever product you want to use. This is the brush you can use, but it's more a forgiving brush. It's much larger, so you can literally do contouring with this brush by using the side of the brush. Just like this, you can just brush upward from the cheekbone here. Otherwise, you can do a little bit of bronzing by using a bronzing powder. You can just literally dust off everywhere on your face. However, with this cream product, I'm gonna use this brush. So as always, first you're gonna spread some product on your hand. Then I'm gonna take some product with a brush, and I'm gonna go just underneath my cheekbone here, pretty near to my ear. Actually, you can start from the hairline for a more natural look. And then you can just, start dispersing widely. So this is where the contour usually begins and stops here. This is where the products are generally finished, because when the contour product is coming too near to the center, it looks like a skeleton. It's like too much chiseled, which is very unrealistic. So in most cases, or when you're doing beauty makeup, not Halloween costume, this area will be the area where the contour product will finish the most. And I'm just literally spreading, brushing upwards, brushing downwards, but mostly focusing on just this area. And I can also brush upwards, just lightly shading the side of my face. So once shade is there, now my bone structure is very maximized, especially this cheek area here. It looks like one really chiseled cheekbone just right here. So this is the way you create more defined and chiseled cheek that is highly defined. And actually I blended a little too far to almost my the smile line area. Then I can just literally pick up a powder puff and take away a little bit, just like that. Next, I'm gonna do a slimming contour. So I'm gonna pick up a same product with the same brush, and I'm just gonna disperse beautifully above my cheekbone, just right here. So I started lower than my cheekbone here, and this time I'm gonna start right above my cheekbone, so I can really slim down the size of the cheekbone. So this is some kind of an Asian technique. You can just literally apply right above the cheekbone. So as you can see, the result is quite significant. This side, the cheek area is less prominent than the other side, so it looks just totally slimmer. Whereas I still prefer this side the best. It's my personal preference, but it's up to you. You can go with this way, you can go with this way. It totally depends on you, depends on your preference. It doesn't really matter, does it? I can also further blend by using this Shiseido Diafude. This is really easy and forgiving brush that you can use all over your face, just entirely. Just literally warming. And at this point of step, I'll probably apply a little bit of powder because this is cream product anyway, but if you use a powder contour product, then you'll apply face powder first and then powder contouring next, so it won't be looking patchy or blotchy, or you'll never find it's difficult to blend. And the powder makeup product has to be really highly, it should be well blended, otherwise it looks really patchy and one giant mark here, one giant mark of contour on the face, or one mark of blush here or highlighting here. This is just so horrible, so you'll want to blend it just perfectly. And usually matte powders, let's talk about matte as well. When doing shading or contouring, do not use something that has shimmers in it, because when our face has a natural shadow, they are not sparkling, they are not glittering, they are not glistening, they're just matte, flat surface, just one flat surface on the face. So if you're using a shimmering product that actually reflects light, and it won't give you a contoured face, it won't create dimension or shaping on your face. So use something that is matte like I did. This is Fenty Beauty Match Sticks shading Mocha. This is just a nice color for me, and depending on your complexion, you could find something more lighter and darker than this, or something more cool and more warmer than this. So just give yourself a try. Then you'd probably wonder where to apply a blush, because we can never overlook a blush, because blush is pretty. I love blush. I like blushers. They are pretty. So for blush, I'm going to use one of these MAC powder blush. I forgot their names, and I don't have their names. I forgot their names. I think this is shading Peaches. I'm going to use Peaches by using this NARS Sheer brush. You can of course apply along your cheekbone, shape of, angle shape like this. Or you can decide to apply just on the apple of the cheek or underneath your cheekbone, where it totally depends on you. If you want to create more contoured and chiseled looking blush, then you can apply underneath your cheekbone. If you want to create more lifted look, then you can apply along your cheekbone. If you want to create more useful and radiant look, then you can apply right on the apple of the cheek. But I'm gonna apply right on the apple of the cheek because isn't it just sounds so nice that younger and radiant looking. So first I'm gonna give a little bit of smile. Apply right on the apples of the cheek. And how to find the apples of the cheek is very, very, very easy. 90 degree out from your nose, 90 degree down from outer corner of your eye. Then here, this area is your apple of the cheek, and this measurement applies for every single human being. As long as you have an eye and your nose, then you can find the placement by using this measurement. 90 degree out, 90 degree down. Here. This is the place where your apples of the cheeks are, and even when you smile, they're there. This is apples of the cheek. So you can apply right on the apples of the cheek to create more useful, radiant looking blush. But at least a finger size away from your nose, because you don't want to create, too much overwhelming blush. It depends on your mood. You can create along your temple, or you can apply along your cheekbone just like this, or you can apply many different ways. There's no limit. I don't want to set a limit, or I don't want to give you a very strict instruction of putting makeup, because in makeup there's no rules. There's no rules apply. This is totally a free land. You can apply in a way you want to. This would be the most basic way of applying a blush color on the apple of the cheek, but of course depending on your preference, or the clothes you wear, or the destination you're going, or event you have, then of course it can be customized depending on the look and the theme. And I'm gonna put a little bit of highlighting powder. To highlight, I'll be using this Laura Mercier La Palette Naturelle Face and Cheek Palette. This is a limited edition palette, so you won't be able to find it anymore, but you can find a similar shade in the market, so that should be fine. I'm gonna use one of these champagne color here. I'm gonna apply just along my high part of the cheek here. The highest part of the cheek is really just the highest part of the cheek is really close to your eye. This is the hollow of my eye, and this is my eyeball. And just next to the hollow of the eye, there's the highest part of the cheek. And I'm using Bobbi Brown Eye Sweep brush. And I can also bring it a little bit above my brow bone, because when the brow bone is gleaming, it's beautiful. It works for everyone, not only on my structure, it'll work on your structure as well. And this highlighting powder is a little bit golden, so it looks it just complements together with this Peaches blush from MAC. I think it's Peaches from MAC. Because they both share a similar color family, as they are more not a pinky tone, so peach and gold, they just always works very well together. And you can also use your finger to just fade out a little bit. I always do that, because finger is a great smudging tool. I wouldn't say this is a fantastic application tool to apply any liquid or powder, but it's just a fantastic smudging tool. So you can apply, if you apply too much eyeliner, you can smudge with your finger. If you apply too much eyeshadow, you can smudge with a finger. If you apply too much lipstick, you can smudge with a finger. Finger is as a perfect smudging tool. I really love finger as a smudging tool. And I can apply the same highlighting powder just above my eyelid, so you can create beautiful canvas for the eyeshadow later. So highlighting done, contouring done, blushing done, so every component is now applied. on my face. So next I can move on to the rest of color makeup, like eyes, lips, and eyebrows. I already have my eyebrows on. So this is tutorial addressing contouring. I hope this video was helpful and it helped address your concern or your curiosity when you're doing contouring, and also finding your contouring product that just works perfect for you. I'll see you soon again. Thank you for watching.